Yo, what's good, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry's Sisters Review. This is the synopsis for episode 5 of season 7. The episode is entitled Hanging in the Balance. And the synopsis is Danni is apprehensive about returning to counseling until she reveals past trauma that could be the reason for her present choices. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell somebody to tell somebody, all that good stuff. If you choose to, if not, just sit back, relax, and we're going to get right into this messy thing. Now, let me start off by saying that I have to give a major shout out, round of applause, kudos to the writers of season 7 for even implementing the fact that Danni is going to be sitting on somebody's couch. All right. Now, I'm not saying she the only sister that needs to be on the couch, but I am so incredibly thankful that she is the one leading the charge, because Danni has gone through so many traumas, and we have not had the opportunity to see this character unpack them. Being assaulted by Jonah twice. Danni, what I'm saying? She can sleep with who she want to sleep with, but the fact that Danni sleeps with every man who gives her a compliment, I think that's a problem. And there's no telling what else that has transpired in her life that causes her to respond the way that she responds. So I'm incredibly thankful that they are implementing therapy into Danni's storyline. I also am thankful that it was Tony who actually sparked the idea of her going to therapy. And I like the fact that he just didn't suggest it without informing her that he's in therapy himself. Sometimes people do get offended or offensive if they believe you're trying to call them crazy or unstable. I do believe that Danni is unstable in many of her ways, but I also like the fact that I guess Tony lightened the blow by revealing the fact that therapy is for any and everything. It could be for grief. It could be for loss. It literally can be for anything. I know that sometimes in the Black community, we love to say, as long as we got Jesus, as long as we can pray, I'm good. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, because I believe that sometimes you do need to have humanistic interaction. You do need to be able to have a sounding board to someone who does have a degree, someone who is able to speak to you with emotional intelligence, be able to call you out. You know what I'm saying? And don't have to risk friendship being the foundation and you being offended and not want to be friends anymore. This is someone who is unbiased, someone who is educated, someone who I hope is led, by a deity higher than themselves. But anyway, I just love the fact that we're seeing this for Danni. Also, I love the fact that she's being apprehensive, because I think that it's a natural response. A lot of times when you go to therapy initially, you feel like, oh, after that one session, I'm good. I don't need to go back. I could work this out on my own. But I love that whatever she reveals that happened in her past, it sparks the thought as to, maybe that's why I'm making the decisions that I'm making currently. And I think that is huge. Being able to accurately assess yourself, to say, I'm making some jacked up decisions. Not only that, but what's the reason that I keep making these decisions? So even though I know Danni gonna piss me off somewhere in this season, I know that's gonna happen. I am really happy that we're gonna see this onion being peeled in her life, because it is so important. And I'm always giddy, and I always love when I see Black narratives speak on therapy and counseling, whether it's spiritual counseling, whether it's emotional counseling, but just really pushing that thought process that there is nothing wrong with getting help, especially if it's going to help you. So I love it. And y'all, I'm just here for Danni in this moment. I'm going to be rooting for her in this moment. I know she's going to probably be distant. I know she's going to probably be difficult in the beginning, but I am so incredibly happy that this character gets to experience this, because it's needed. Now, we may not ever see any of the other characters Go to therapy. So I'm going to rejoice and celebrate this moment. And listen, if you are a Debbie Downer and you're gonna be like, well, therapy ain't gonna help her, leave that comment to yourself. Okay, let me and other people be happy in this moment, because y'all already know being happy with sisters is not a consistent emotion. Let us have this one, sis. Okay, just let us have it. But until next time, I want to thank you guys for listening, and I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.